Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're your shortcut to getting well-informed fast. Today we're cutting through all the noise surrounding a topic that's just constantly around us, and honestly, it's transforming right under our noses. Audiovisual media. We've got a really fantastic stack of sources for this deep dive, everything from the art and history of video production right up to some pretty mind-blowing stuff about how AI is shaking the whole industry up. So our mission here is to explore how video affects, well, pretty much everything you do, how you shop, how you learn. We'll dig into what traditionally goes into making even a short clip. Spoiler, it's a lot. And maybe most importantly, how new tech is just completely rewriting the rules. You should walk away with some genuinely surprising insights and hopefully a fresh perspective.
Yeah, and what's truly striking, I think, is just how pervasive it's all become. Audiovisual media, I mean. It's so much more than just, movies or TV. It's really fundamental to communication, to commerce, education. It's everywhere. So we're going to delve into its core features, its functions, covering both the basics and some of the more advanced stuff that shapes our digital world today.
Okay, let's start with that big picture then. Where do we actually see audiovisual media in action? Because it feels like it's, well, everywhere.
It really is woven into so many critical areas. Take advertising, for example. It's like the powerhouse for promoting product services. It grabs your attention, influences buying decisions. Think of a drinks ad with some super energetic athlete. It grabs focus, makes you feel positive about the brand instantly.
Right. And beyond just selling things, its biggest impact has got to be entertainment, surely. How we spend our downtime.
Oh, absolutely. The entertainment industry basically lives and breathes this stuff. Movies, TV shows, music videos, even video games now. They all use audiovisual media to create these incredibly rich, immersive experiences. Imagine a film that's using stunning visual effects, meticulous set design, a powerful musical score, sharp dialogue, all working together to tell a story, create an atmosphere.
Yep, pulling you right in.
Exactly. And TV shows, they use those ongoing storylines to keep you hooked week after week. Music videos, they amplify the song, right? Weaving the music and the moving images. And games.
Wow.
Realistic visual sound effects that make you feel like you're actually there. Think about cinematic games like The Last of Us or those really immersive VR experiences. It's incredible.
It also sounds like a really potent tool for learning. Where's it making a difference there?
Oh, definitely. In education and training, it's huge. It's the backbone for so many teaching videos, online courses. It offers these visual learning resources that just make things click faster, boosts efficiency. A language platform, for instance, might use video lessons for everything from basics to advanced skills. Makes learning, well, more fun, frankly.
Okay. And what about just keeping up with the world? News.
Yeah, for news reporting, video is just much more direct, more lively. It lets you immerse yourself in live footage, interviews. You feel closer to the event.
Maybe the most personal side of it, though, is social media. That seems like a whole universe in itself.
It really is. On social media, you're constantly sharing moments, opinions, interacting, all through audio-visual content. People post, short travel clips on Instagram or maybe longer vlogs about their daily life or professional tips on YouTube. Then you've got platforms like TikTok using dynamic visuals, music, effects, all for sharing style or opinions in these really short, punchy videos. And it's not just video anymore, is it? Twitter has live audio chats. Clubhouse is all audio. It proves sound on its own is powerful, too.
Okay, so we've painted a picture of just how embedded this is in our lives, everywhere. But to really grasp the massive shift that's happening now with AI, I think we need to rewind. We need to understand just how complex, how incredibly resource-intensive creating professional video used to be.
That's a great point. If we connect this back, traditional video production, well, it typically involves several really distinct stages. Each one demanded very specific, very specialized skills and knowledge.
Okay, walk us through that. What were the steps?
Right, so first up is preparation. This is the ideas phase. Thinking up the story, writing the script, drawing storyboards. Key skills here: script writing, script analysis, visual planning, knowing how to tell a story visually before you even pick up a camera.
Okay, stage one, conception.
Exactly.
So-
Then, filming. This is where the focus shifts to the practical stuff, setting up scenes, directing the actors, choosing camera angles, shots. This needs serious skills in cinematography, lighting design, sound recording on set, getting it right in the camera.
A lot of pressure there.
Huge pressure. Then comes post-production. This is where all that raw footage gets shaped. Editing, adding special effects, sound design, color correction. It's a massive range of skills. You need to know editing techniques, software for effects, audio mixing. It's this intense blend of creativity and really deep technical know-how.
So editing isn't just cutting bits out.
Not even close. It's sculpting. And finally, release and promotion. Getting the thing seen. Planning marketing, using online channels, social media.
Wow. Okay. But beyond all the creative and technical stuff, there's just a mountain of admin, right? Like pure organization.
Oh, absolutely. That often gets overlooked, but it's crucial. You're talking about applying for permits to shoot, coordinating times, locations, managing the budget constantly, and critically, managing the people, coordinating actors, directors, camera crew, lighting techs, art designers, keeping everyone on the same page. It's a massive organizational puzzle.
Like conducting an orchestra, almost.
Mhm.
And in a big production, say a Hollywood movie, that orchestra is huge with tons of specialized players.
Perfect analogy. Yeah, in a big film crew, everyone has a very specific job. You've got the director, the main creative force, shaping the vision, guiding actors, overseeing the edit. Actors, obviously crucial, bringing characters to life through performance. The photographer or cinematographer, they're crafting the visual look, filming the scenes. Lighting technicians, sculpting the mood with light. Prop makers, creating everything the actors touch or that dresses the set. Art designers, building the world visually, designing the sets. The producer, who's kind of the engine room, managing budgets, logistics, admin, promotion, involved everywhere. Special effects artists, working their magic in post-production. 3D artists, creating digital models for things you can't film practically. And sound effect artists, building the whole soundscape, music, effects, dialogue, clarity.
Just hearing that list, it hammers home how monumental, how human-centric traditional video production was. All that coordination, all those specific skills, which really sets the stage for understanding just how disruptive AI has been. So we've got this incredibly complex world built on human skill and massive coordination. And then boom, generative AI lands. How exactly did that reshape everything?
Well, we're living in a pretty remarkable time, you could say. Generative AI has had this profound impact on the whole audio and video sector. Suddenly, you can potentially create professional-looking audio and video just using text prompts, describe a scene, and there it is. Almost like magic.
That sounds like a complete paradigm shift. What's the biggest consequence you see?
I think the biggest thing is democratization. It's drastically lowered the barriers, the technical hurdles, the skills needed. Think about music again. People with zero musical training can now generate complex pieces. The same thing is happening with video. If you have an idea, theoretically, you can bring it to life visually now.
But there have to be downsides, right?
Oh.
Concerns. It can't all be positive.
No, you're right. And this is a really crucial point the sources raise. While it's amazing for rapid prototyping, for experimenting, there are serious concerns. Job displacement is a big one for people in those traditional roles we just listed. And then there's the question of authenticity. There's a worry that if we all get used to watching AI-generated stuff, we might start to overlook the quality, the craft, the human skill that went into traditional production.
A potential devaluing of human creativity.
That's the fear, yes. It's something creators and the public really need to think about carefully as this technology evolves. How do we navigate this?
And we're already seeing the tremors in the industry, aren't we?
We are. There have been protests, in Hollywood. We've seen investment potentially shifting away from traditional post-production in some cases. It's undeniable that generative AI is causing, drastic changes. Transformative, even. And we're likely only seeing the beginning.
Okay, so AI is here. It's changing things dramatically. But I imagine some fundamental skills must still be essential, especially in editing, maybe. What are those core techniques that aren't going away?
Absolutely. Even with AI helping out, those fundamental video editing skills, still crucial, like editing and combining itself. That core job of cutting clips, putting them together to build a story, create rhythm, choosing the right bits, putting them in the right order.
The basic storytelling.
Exactly. Then transition effects, fades, wipes, slides, how you move smoothly between clips. That affects the video's flow, its feel. Special effects and visual effects, things like color correction, speed changes, maybe more complex stuff. They add visual punch, help the narrative. And sound effects and music. We touched on this, but it's so vital. Good sound makes visuals pop. The right music sets the emotional tone.
Right, sound and visuals working together.
Totally. Visuals grab your eye, but sound often dictates how you feel. They have to be in sync for a powerful experience. And finally, subtitles and titles. Simple, maybe, but important for clarity, reinforcing the message, making sure people understand.
And a lot of the standard editing software, the tools people use, they're already baking AI into these functions, aren't they, to help out?
Yes, definitely. Beyond these fundamentals, many editing tools now have helpful plugins, template libraries, AI features for tasks like noise reduction, or even basic cut suggestions. It's becoming integrated.
Okay, last area. Let's talk about actually appreciating video. When I watch a really great film, yeah, I notice the story, the acting. But what else is going on? What elevates something beyond just good?
That's a great question because appreciating video, it's like appreciating any art form, really. You
Yeah.
need to look beyond just the surface visuals. Consider its sound design, its rhythm, the way the story
Okay,
unfolds.
break that down a bit.
Well, think of it as visual art. Notice the colors used, the lighting choices, the composition of shots, the set design. How does it look? Then audio art. Really listen. Feel the
Yeah.
music's tempo, how sound effects build atmosphere or tension, how does it sound? And then storytelling art. This is maybe the most crucial part for grabbing you. Engage with the theme, the plot twists, the character arcs. How does it make you feel and think? Storytelling, especially, is just so powerful. In marketing, for example, it creates that emotional bond, makes a brand stand out, explains complex ideas in a way people connect with.
So, a truly great video, a memorable movie. It's more than just a good script and talented actors.
Oh, much more. It definitely needs that professional team behind it for the fine-tuning, the editing, the polish we talked about. But ultimately, maybe most importantly, it needs an engaging story, something that resonates, that touches your emotions, makes you connect with the characters on screen. Only then does a video really leave that strong impression, create those unique memories that stick with you.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, a real deep dive into audiovisual media from its everyday uses and the intricate dance of traditional production to the massive disruptive wave of generative AI, and even how we can appreciate this medium more deeply, like an art form.
Yeah, we've highlighted that old complexity and how AI is, on one hand, opening doors for new creators, but also, raising these big questions about jobs, about the value of human skill. And we looked at those key editing techniques, the synergy between sound and visuals in really effective storytelling.
It really feels like the transformation of this whole industry is just getting started. Understanding these shifts gives you a much sharper lens for viewing, well, almost all the media you consume today.
So maybe here's a thought to leave you with as you watch things going forward. If AI can now create pretty professional looking content from just a text prompt, what happens next? What new forms of human creativity might emerge when maybe that technical burden gets lighter? When storytelling itself becomes the absolute unhindered focus? What unique experiences can only human ingenuity still create in this new landscape?
That is definitely something to think about. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We really hope this exploration has given you a fresh perspective and some valuable insights. We'll see you next time.